The trustee.
Sir, you need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping. All right, Missy.
False imprisonment.
I want you to stop talking or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight? The second
I also have a right to understand the nature of this. I have a right to understand the nature of.
If you don't want to listen to me, you can go to jail.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers, I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief.
Your Honor, can I please go home? Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right, guys, today we have one of the dumbest sovereign citizens we've ever come across on this channel here. This idiot is in court because he doesn't have a valid form of insurance and for speeding, and yet he somehow thinks this whole thing is a joke. He is looking at some jail time, too. He's out here arguing with the judge like they're bros debating about who gets the last slice of pizza. Like, bro, this isn't a frat house. It's a courtroom. Let me know what you guys think about this guy. Do you think he's mentally ill or just completely clueless? And also let me know if you guys think the judge handled this like a pro. This dude loves to use his word salad, so get prepared for that. But let's go ahead and dive in. Here now.
Mr. Johnson, appearing in person and pro se. Your name tag on your uniform says Johnson, so I presume you are Mr. Johnson. Now, sir, if you can get right in front of that microphone, thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can. Sir, yes. You're charged in count 1 with speeding 82 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. That is a traffic infraction. It is not a charge that carries any jail time. It has a scheduled fine. 82 and a 65 is $87, but then there's also 108 court costs. In count 2, you're accused of operating your motor vehicle without proof of insurance. Now, if you had insurance but just couldn't find it, you can get the proof to the county attorney and she'll probably dismiss that charge. If, in fact, it had lapsed or something was happening so that you didn't have insurance on the vehicle at the time being January 4th, 2024, that is a B misdemeanor. The maximum penalties as far as jail time would be 6 months, although probation is usually granted. There is a mandatory minimum fine the court must impose of $300, but it could be as high as $1,000. You do have the right to hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. You can waive your right to counsel and represent yourself. Another option, you might be able to apply for diversion. That is where you apply, and if the county attorney approves you for diversion, you would pay agreed upon fines, costs, get your insurance current, and pay a diversion fee, and she'd dismiss the charges and keep them off your record. If you want to talk about diversion or anything else with your attorney, you certainly will have the opportunity to do that. Your pleas, you have a choice of pleas. You can plead not guilty and we can set this for trial at a later date. You can plead guilty, admitting the charge, and we would proceed with sentencing. Or you could plead no contest, which is neither admitting nor denying the charges, but you'd still most likely be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing. If you want to look into diversion, we'll enter a not guilty plea to give you time to do that. You can always change your plea, but once you're convicted, pre-trial diversion is off the table. So
probably not eligible for diversion based on his driving record.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk to an attorney then and discuss whether or not you have a defense? Or?
No, Your Honor, I would like to request a declaratory judgment due to there is no agreement for my performance under any agreement or commission of this court.
Well, I don't need an agreement from you, sir. So if I were,
Well, Your Honor, I simply do not understand the nature and cause of the accusation with regard to the jurisdiction of the venue and nature of this action until the prosecutor properly alleges them there. I cannot enter a plea to the charge until I have the opportunity to raise a meaningful defense on my behalf.
I can already feel the tension building with Joe Webster. It's like you can see the patience draining from her face in real time. Almost this sovereign citizen seriously thinks throwing together a word salad about freedom and jurisdiction is going to get him out of this mess. Spoiler, it won't. The law is pretty clear, at least to me. If you're driving without insurance or a valid license, you're breaking the rules. And no, made-up legal mumbo-jumbo is going to change that. I genuinely think these people are mentally unhinged. Like, how do you even get to a point where you think you're above the law? Like, there's got to be something wrong internally with these people. Like, does anybody know where they get this information? Because I kind of want to go see and investigate it for myself. Like, is it on YouTube or something? Because there is just too many of these people out here. But just wait, though, because this idiot is about to take things up a notch and get aggressive with the judge. Let's go ahead and DI back.
all right, I will then, since you cannot enter a plea today, I will enter a not guilty plea for you and give you
I
time.
object, Your Honor. I object to you entering a plea to me because I must understand the nature and cause of these accusations. So I do not agree to you entering a plea on my behalf.
Well, your position is taken and I'm still going to do it. I will note your objection for the record, but I'm going to enter a not guilty plea.
Well, I object to you
Your
entering a plea on
objection
my
is
behalf.
noted. Your objection is noted, and if the time comes, you can appeal that to the Court of Appeals. Now, on the issue
Well,
of
who is,
attorney,
Your Honor, I would like to ask, who bring these charges against me? I should have the right to
all
question.
right, we're not going to have this debate right now. I've told you your charges. I've told you the state of Kansas has filed those through its attorney, Jill Gillette. Now,
Well, I would
all
like to
right,
call
I'm
the state to the, I would like to call the state to the stand, Your Honor.
We're
The
not doing
state
that,
bringing
sir.
charges against me. Who is it? How did I injure the state?
All right, this is your first appearance. I advise you of your rights. I advise you of your charges and possible
Your Honor,
penalties.
I object to the proceeding, for I do not know the nature and cause of the
I'm
proceeding.
entering a not guilty plea. Missy, when is
I
the
object to you entering I object to you entering a plea on my behalf. I do not grant you that right.
Missy?
The court date,
You're supposed to act as a trustee.
Sir, you
Now,
need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping. Missy?
well, Your Honor, I would like to also bring to you
September
according to
27th.
USC 12203.
Deputy Miles.
And also
did you,
Article 3, the judge must operate in good behavior and good behavior. So therefore, if you're making a threat towards me, then
Deputy,
that's
if he's going to
urging
keep
me to
being
perform in your
contentious, I'm going to
court.
have you take him into custody on contempt.
Then that would be illegal search and seizures, Your
No,
Honor.
it wouldn't. You need to go back.
It will.
All right,
It's
Missy.
false
I
imprisonment.
want you to stop talking or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight?
Your Honor, again, Title
Deputy
42
Miles, could you come in and
USC.
assist the defendant?
September 27th at 9 o'clock will be the court date.
September 27th, you said 9 o'clock?
Yes.
9 a.m. You must be back here, sir, in person at the courthouse, or you will be arrested for failure to come to court.
Your Honor.
Now, that deputy there is going to take you into custody if you cannot control yourself through the remainder of this hearing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just enforcing my right, Your Honor.
All right, so your first right is to have a hearing date, and that is September 27th, 9 a.m.
This dude seriously cannot take a hint, can he? If I were the judge, I would have slapped this guy with 30 days for contempt without a second thought. Already huge props to Judge Webster for holding it together, because let's just be real. Most of us would have muted this clown or had him in cuffs already. Here's the thing, when this sovereign citizen starts claiming he has a right to know the nature of these charges, he's not technically wrong. That's literally a cornerstone of due process under the Sixth Amendment. But the judge explained the charges multiple times, and this guy does not listen at all. Instead, he literally acts like the judge is running some shady secret trial here. It's actually weird, but at this point it's not about knowing the law. It's about being so stubborn that even a clear explanation feels like an attack. I mean, how much patience does this judge have? We're about to find out.